This question is given in GATE 2004. Which of the following addressing modes are suitable for program relocation at runtime? So what do we mean by program relocation? Whenever we try to change the program from one place in the memory to other place, then some of the addressing modes will not be useful and some of the addressing modes will be useful. So see this. Now first one is, they are saying, is absolute addressing mode useful for program relocation? Just now we have seen that this absolute addressing mode is never useful for program relocation, right? So direct addressing mode or absolute addressing mode is never useful. And the next one is based addressing mode, and I told you that based addressing mode is very useful whenever you are trying to go for program relocation. The reason is, whenever we change the address or starting address of the program, you put that starting address in the base register, and then you compute the effective address every time that you refer to a operand. Therefore it is definitely useful. And in relative addressing mode also, we are going to talk about the address in reference to the present instruction, right? See, if you are right now at some instruction, then we'll be talking about an address in reference to this present instruction. Therefore, when you move the entire program completely to another place, the relativeness doesn't change, isn't it? That is why the relative addressing mode will also be supporting program relocation, right? So in some broad sense, you can even think of based addressing also a category of relative addressing. Okay, don't get confused. What I mean to say is, relative addressing is nothing but we are talking about an address with reference to some other address. In case of based address, what is that reference point? The base register, right? In case of this relative addressing, what is the reference point? The program counter. Therefore, we are talking about the address with reference to some other address. That is why both are a kind of relative addressing and both are useful for program relocation. What about indirect addressing? Indirect addressing is also a problem when we go for relative addressing, because indirect addressing is also a kind of absolute addressing. The reason is simple. See this. The reason is, we are going to get an instruction, and in the instruction, let us say it is an add instruction, there is an address, right? Now this particular address is actually not relative address, right? This particular address is the absolute address to some other location. Therefore, when you try to move the program, this particular instruction will still be pointing to the old location wherever it was loaded initially. That is why, even though it is indirect addressing, it is a kind of absolute addressing, because actual address is present here. See, that is secondary, that we have to choose. Instead of taking the operand here, we have to take the address and again go to this particular location. But anyway, this address is absolute and this address is absolute, because we are not actually changing it or computing it with reference to some other address. Therefore, we have to think of it as a kind of absolute itself. So it is useful for pointer implementation but not for program relocation. Got it? So answer is 2 and 3. These two are useful for program relocation. Okay.
Hi, if you are planning to do masters, then doing masters abroad is better than doing masters in India. I'll give you all the reasons. So first reason is, out of 1 lakh students who take GATE every year, there are only 500 seats in old IITs. So all the IITs put together have an acceptance rate of 0.5%, and universities better than IITs, they have very good acceptance rate like 30%, 40%, but all the IITs put together have an acceptance rate of 0.5%. And if you are working hard to get into IIT Bombay's ranking is 177 and IIT Roorkee's ranking is 400. If you are happy to get into IIT Roorkee, then getting into universities better than IIT Roorkee is easier compared to getting into IIT Roorkee. And looking at the salaries for computer science, for software jobs, if you have done your masters in computer science in US, the salaries are ranging from 80 lakhs per year to 1.2 crore per year. So even if you take an average of 1 crore per year, your savings will be much higher than the salaries in India. after taxes and your cost of living, you can easily save 40 to 50 lakhs per year. And in India, the maximum jobs that you get is around 30 lakhs. So your savings will be much greater than the salaries in India. And these are all the services that we provide. University shortlisting. So depending on your profile, we will shortlist what are the universities that you have to apply, and statement of purpose building, and then LOR guidance, and GRE and English test assistance, and education loan assistance. So you don't have to have any collateral, which means without any security, now you can get education loan. Getting education loan is very simple these days, and whatever the amount of fee that you have a range of universities. You can apply for 10 lakh universities, 20 lakh universities, or 50 lakh universities. But whatever it is, you are going to get complete education loan, and you can pay off your education loan in 1 year after you get a job. And then we do visa assistance, mock visa interviews, and then connecting with the university alumni. So now you might ask why we should join Game of Visas. So the answer is we have 90% success rate, 99% success rate. And these are all the destinations that we guide the students to. So we guide students to any country that you want to go. So now it is not just USA. We guide to UK, Germany, Australia, Canada. So we guide students to all the countries. We work with all the destinations. And if you are interested in going abroad, you have to just drop us a message on this WhatsApp number 9494 555 454. Okay, thank you.